Alright, so this is the video for VCP 225, 3D character animation and rigging. This is basically how to do a physical action sequence. Okay, so here we go. Alright, first thing I would do is suggest is, as usual, go to my website, right, teachmecone.com. You can review all this stuff here, which is basically what we did in class. But you're going to want to do a couple of things. One is this. You're going to want to download the Norman rig. You can download a different rig. If you want to use a different rig, that's fine as well. But I find the Norman rig's pretty good. So just you just click on that and it'll automatically ask you to download, and you'll save, and it'll save that. The other thing that's useful is this. If you click on this here, it'll open up in a new window and it will bring you to this program, the software, the front page of the software, DVD VideoSoft. If you go to the YouTube MP4, you can download either the Mac or the Windows version. What that'll allow you to do is actually let you download YouTube videos, which is actually very useful because that way when you go to use them as reference, you can single frame them. Okay, so as opposed to just trying to watch it and guesstimate. So I would also download this and install it on your computer or wherever. Okay, so do that. And then the last thing you're going to do is, you don't have to use these. You could just look on YouTube or any place really. Look for video reference. I want you to use reference as your base for your animation. Okay, so in this case, if I click on this endless reference playlist, you'll see that this has a bunch of different actions that you can watch. All right, so you click on one and it's pretty cool, right? So you can see there's a whole bunch of these. So I already went on and downloaded this one here. This guy doing a crazy kick. So we'll see how well this works. Okay. But now that I think about it, actually, I think I'm going to use this woman's actually instead because it's simpler. I can do it in a much, okay, I can do it much faster. Okay. All right, so once you have downloaded the videos, which I just did, so it's just this one of this girl doing this kick here. You have that downloaded, and you also downloaded the Norman rig. First thing you want to do is go ahead and open up Maya. And the very first thing, if you remember, is to actually go ahead and make your project, right? Always make a project. So File, Project Window, New, and I'm just going to do my last name _ action cycle, and I'll just make sure it's onto the desktop, which it is. I'll hit accept. All right, boom, that did that. So that'll make all the folders necessary. So you'll see right, where is it? Cone action cycle, right? So I'm going to open this up, and I got to go to my scenes folder, and this is where I got to drop and drag that Norman rig. Okay, so now I just got to go to my downloads folder here. And sorry, where is it? All my files. Where do they put? Oh, downloads right there. Okay. And then you'll see it'll be a zip file. But if you double click on it, it will. Let's double click on it. It'll open up, and then you'll see a whole slew of these. These are just different things that come with it. Really, all you need is this one, the character Norman. Just drop that in there. Voila. So now that is in my scenes folder of my project window. Okay. Or my project folder. So I'm going to open Maya back up, and I'm going to do file. I'm going to reference in that rig, and you'll see it goes right to the right folder and the right file. Reference. Boom. Okay. And here is Norman, which is kind of weird because this arm's all dark. I just opened this up earlier and that was not the case, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Now you're getting off right off the bat that it's hard because there's really nothing to work with other than this. It's just because the other stuff is off. So if we actually turn it on, you'll see there's Viz Geo, so I can turn off pieces of the geometry here, which I don't need to do. This is actually useful for doing layering. So like, let's say I don't want to worry about the head and stuff. I can just worry about work on the limbs and not be distracted by those elements. In this case, we're going to leave those on. But the Viz control is what I need to turn on. So all my controls you can see here are actually turned off. I'm going to go ahead and I'm clicking and dragging, type in 1. Now they're all visible. Okay. Now this mostly works the way I want. If you look, I can see I can rotate these and all that business. I got my spine controls here, but the lag right now is in FK mode, meaning that you have to bend each individual joint. I want to do IK, so I just grab the leg. that's actually these two here. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to hold Shift to select this. So I have both of them selected. And I'm going to switch my FKIK to 1. Okay? And now you'll see that'll turn these on. And when I go to move them, now it moves in the FK mode. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this guy over here, this video back. And I'm going to go to, where's the view, QuickTime Player, File. I just want to see what the speed is of this. View, where are you? Usually they have like a window, show movie inspector. Okay, that should pop up right here. So it's 1280 by 720, I knew that. Format, oh, it's 25 frames per second, which is kind of a weird thing. So we're gonna do 24 frames, but this is roughly what ours is anyway. Okay, that went away. Let's pop that back up here. Okay, so basically what that means for me is that it's going to be exactly frame for frame what I want to be, right? So first thing first, I'm going to actually just look at this pose, and I'm going to use this as my guide, okay? So I'm going to move this out of the way, and I am going to try and pose. It's weird. QuickTime just pops right out the minute you... That's really annoying. It's really bad design. Okay, let's see if I... This is really weird. I don't know why it won't. Okay, well, I'm just going to guesstimate then. All right. Oh, now it does stay up. All right. So I'm just looking at this pose, and I'm noticing her butt sticking out this way just a touch more than mine. I'm going to take this waist and move this down a little bit. Okay, because her legs are slightly bent. She's also slightly a little bit more forward, like so. Okay, and then I'm looking at her spine here, and it looks, so I've just clicked and dragged to grab these three, and I'm just going to take these and rotate this slightly this way. So the spine's a little more arched back. And then I'm looking at the shoulders, and they are sort of slumped, so I'm going to grab both of these. I'm going to just rotate them down a little bit. I'm going to grab this one and this one. And I'm going to move them both down as well, because their arms are sort of down, and they're also a little bit back. And let me see, this part like that. I'm going to grab this next set. All right. So, and looking from the front, it looks like they're slightly turned in, so I'm going to do that from here. That was not what I was anticipating would happen. Let's tilt that one in a little. Take this one, tilt this one in a little. And I'll grab these hand controllers. Let's see, does this have big ones? Hands, cup palm, hand twist, hand palm blend. Okay, that's not useful for me. So I got to grab all of... I'm holding Control and Shift, so it only adds to my selection. And I'm just going to grab the base, tip, and mid, and just kind of curl these in. All right, I'm going to grab this thumb separately because the thumb's not quite what I wanted. And we're going to do spread here to get it to be more like that. Beautiful. Okay, and I'm looking at her head, and it is leaning forward a little bit more, so I'm going to go a little bit forward. And then subsequently this is compensating by going a little more straight, okay? And when I'm looking at her legs, these are actually a little bit bent out, like so. And okay, so if you look, you can kind of see this and that, right? That's basically what I'm using as a guide. Do a nicer job. I'm just trying to do this fast, so. All right, so when I'm done with that, I'm happy with all the poses. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through and select all the things that I would need to key. So I've got this one. I'm going to hold Shift, select this one. I'm going to hold Control and Shift just to make sure I don't unselect anything. I'm going to select this. Actually, I'm not going to need to unkey that, so I'm not going to select those. I'm going to hold Control and Shift. I'm going to select all of these, the wrist, this, the shoulder. Come on, the shoulder, this. And the neck and the head. I'm not going to worry about the face. This guy and this guy. Let's see, and this one. That's like that. This guy. This one. This one. This one. Okay, and I believe that's everything I'm going to need. So I'm going to grab all those. Make sure I'm in frame 1. I'm going to hit S to key. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is looking at my video again, which constantly pops out. I am going to I'm just going to hold the arrow key and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, Okay, so we'll say 15. So on frame 15, she looks like this, right? Because that's like the next major pose. You can see this is very pose to pose, right? It's like boom, 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 and then boom, boom. Okay, so on frame 15, it looks like this. So that's what I'm going to use as my next guide, okay? So I'm just going to kind of, I wish it would stay up. Come on, that's not the one I wanted. Please just stay up. Nope, okay, come on, you can stay up. There, okay. I don't really understand what's going on there. Okay, so usually the first thing to do is to actually grab, if it would let me, is to grab the waist and get that in position. So she moved a little bit forward, and she also twisted her waist a little bit like this. She took this leg, she moved that forward. All right, like so. And actually, oddly enough, kind of bent it this direction now. All right. I'm actually going to take my, where are you? Hopefully it's in here. Foot, rock, heel roll. Okay, so it's not in there. Looks like this is the one to do the, yeah. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Actually, I'm going to go to the first frame. Oops, I was doing that on the first frame. So I'm going to do what I did there. So that was on, I got to go to frames. I'm going to key these first, actually. Take this one and this one and also key that. Now I'm going to go to frame 15. And I'm going to do what I wanted to do. So I already got auto key on over here. I'm going to take this W, and I'm going to take this, pull this back over and forward, take her leg, pull this up and this way, like so, and it's going to bend a little bit inwards. Take this guy, and this is going to go like this, because her leg is actually bent a little bit like that. This one kind of goes like that, but I think what I'm going to do is actually use this toe roll. So watch, it will, oh, not toe roll, where are you? Ball twist? Okay, I'm going to use ball twist to get her foot, because she's actually rotating on her ball. And then I'm also going to take this, not that one, this, okay, really want this one, there it is, and have this go like this as well. All right, and that looks relatively close. This leg's got to go over, oops, this leg's got to go over this way a little bit more and not be quite so bent, I think. All right, and then take this, and I got to take this, pull this forward. It's also got a twist like so, and I'm going to move it kind of up. Okay, up and over, constantly spinning to look. And I think maybe a little more twist. All right, I'm going to take this, bend this back a little bit. Take this controller, move it back a little bit more because it just feels a little bit off. Got to take this like that. All right, and then I'm looking, and I'm going to say that this actually goes a little bit more forward and over, and I actually think she arches her back even more now. So I'm going to kind of take this and arch this back even more. No, maybe not. Let me see, just a little bit less. And I also think she's twisting this a little bit to get this a little bit more forward. Then she pulls her shoulders up in general. Okay, so I'm going to pull these up. Okay, I'm going to worry about this arm first. This one should come up and over, like so. Now, when you do your elbow, you should only move them on the one axis, because you can't bend your elbow this way. Even though we have the ability, if we need to, we can use that, but we should try not to. I'm going to pull this one up like that. I'm going to grab this and this one. Please just grab the one I'm selecting. And that is just real slight. And I'm going to grab all of these and this one. Okay, let's try that again. And I'm going to go ahead and make this turn into a fist. I'm going to grab my thumb and go a little bit like that. Take my spread a little bit. There we go. All right. And I'm going to say this kind of goes up and over a little bit more. And then the back one's kind of doing something sort of similar. Let's go more like that. Take this, only going to move it in the one axis. All right, like so. And we're going to take this guy and move that in a little.